In this video, I'm going to take you through order and degree of differential equation. We have gone through other tutorial classes in differential equation. So in this video, I'm going to take you through order and the degree. What is order and what is degree of a differential equation? When we say order of a differential equation, is simply equal to the highest derivative you can ever find in your differential equation. So the highest derivative. So order is equal to the highest derivative. So if you have differential equation, you can have the y on the x, you can have the squared y on the x squared, you can have the cube y on the x cube. You realize that this is higher than this is also higher than this. So the highest derivative, which is the cube on what? The s cube. So this is the highest derivative, that is the third derivative. So when we talk about order, it talks about the first derivative, that is the first order. So we can do this matching. First derivative is equal to the first order. Then the second derivative is equal to the second order. Then the third derivative is equal to the third order, in that manner. So in a differential equation, to find the order, you just have to identify the highest derivative in your equation. Now let's talk about degree. When we talk about degree corresponds or move hand in hand with order. So degree is equal to the highest power of the highest derivative. So let's see the difference. The order is the highest derivative, that is whether it is first derivative, second, third or fourth, but the degree is the highest power of the highest derivative. If your derivative the cube of the y on the x the cube is to the power 4 and it happens to be the highest derivative, then 4 here becomes the degree of our differential equation. The 4 here becomes the degree of our differential equation. So since it's an equation, if you have y prime prime plus y prime, and this is to the power 4 plus x equals 0. Now the order is the highest derivative, which is now our y prime prime, but the highest power of the order is what? Is 4, and that is the degree. So let's put it in this way. Degree is the highest power of the order. So once you know that the order is maybe third derivative, then you find the power of that third derivative, and that gives us our degree. Then let's look at some series of examples. So the first example, the cube x over the s cube plus 3x dy over dx is equal to e to the power y. This is a differential equation. So in this equation, we have to identify the order and the degree. So what is the order of this equation? We have a third derivative here, the cube y over the s cube. We have a first derivative. Which one is higher? That is the third. So in that manner, our order is equal to 3. What is the degree? Our degree is the highest power of the order. Now the order being this and 3, what's the highest power? It's to the power 1. So degree is simply equal to 1. Now let's see our second example. We have the squared y over the s squared all to the power 4 plus the y over the x is equal to 3. Once you have this here, what is the order? We have a first derivative and a second derivative. So the order is what? 2, because that's the highest derivative in this equation. The degree on the other side is equal to the power of this highest derivative, and that is 4. Let's see our third example. I have d to the power 4y dx to the power 4 plus d squared dy over dx squared all to the power 2 minus 3 dy on dx plus y equals 9. This is the next equation. What is the order of this equation? I have second derivative, first and fourth, and I said order is the highest derivative, hence the order is 4. Now what is the degree? Degree is the power of the order, and here this highest derivative is to the power 1. Let's see our fourth example. In this fourth example, I have d squared y over dx squared plus cosine of the expression d squared y over dx squared is equal to 5x. Now when we consider this equation, to find the order, we have second derivative, but whenever you have a cosine of a derivative, our differential equation doesn't have degree, but here the order now is 2 because the highest derivative we can find in our equation, but the degree here is equal to undefined, because when you have a transcendental function on our function here, our equation is not linear, so it doesn't have a degree, so the degree is undefined. Finally, let's see the last example. Square root of d squared y over dx squared so plus dy over dx is equal to x. In this equation, before you can find the order, we need to make sure that the power of our derivatives are integers, not a radical. So I'm to take this one to the other side, so that I'll square both sides this way. The squared on the x, the squared y is equal to x minus the y over the x all squared. In this manner, I'm going to get the squared y on the x is equal to the expression x minus the y on the x all squared. So after simplifying it to this form, the highest derivative is now what? The squared y dx, and that is order is equal to 2. Then the degree is the highest power of the order, and that is 1. Thank you for joining me in this video. Please subscribe to support. Don't forget to like and share.